Arguments are a part of everyday life, whether at work, at home, or in casual conversations. Yet too often, winning an argument means proving the other person wrong, leaving tension and resentment in its wake. What if there were a way to resolve disagreements without raising voices or hardening stances? True success in discussion comes not from overpowering others, but from understanding, guiding, and collaborating, turning conflict into an opportunity for connection and mutual respect. Before I continue, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, so more people can discover this content. Also subscribe to receive more content like this. The ability to win arguments without creating conflict is one of the most valuable communication skills a person can develop. It transforms heated debates into constructive conversations, builds respect, and often leads to better outcomes for everyone involved. True persuasion is not about overpowering the other person's viewpoint, but about guiding both sides toward mutual understanding and cooperation. The essence of this approach lies in curiosity, empathy, and the art of asking the right questions. When disagreements arise, the natural instinct is to defend one's position. However, this often leads to resistance and emotional escalation. A more effective starting point is curiosity. Instead of arguing, try to understand the other person's reasoning. Asking questions such as, "That's interesting, what makes you think that?" invites explanation rather than confrontation. This approach lowers defensiveness because it shows respect for the other person's intelligence and experience. By seeking to understand before being understood, you create a space where dialogue replaces debate. Once someone feels heard, they are far more likely to listen in return. Acknowledgement is not the same as agreement. It is simply the recognition of another perspective. Statements such as, "I can see why you might feel that way," validate emotion and experience without surrendering your own viewpoint. This step is crucial in turning tension into trust. People rarely change their minds when they feel dismissed, but they often soften when they feel understood. A calm and empathetic tone can disarm even the most defensive opponent. Many arguments remain unresolved because both sides become fixed on their positions, what they want, rather than exploring the underlying reasons why they want it. Effective communicators move beyond surface demands and look for shared interests. Asking questions like, "What's most important to you about this?" or "What are you trying to achieve here?" reveals the motivations behind the words. Once those interests are known, it becomes easier to find common ground. This shift transforms the dynamic from competition to collaboration, where both parties work together to meet mutual needs. Instead of insisting on being right, skilled communicators guide others toward compromise through thoughtful questioning. Phrases such as, "What would you suggest?" "What would it take for you to agree?" and "Can you live with that?" invite participation and shared ownership of the outcome. These questions shift the focus from opposition to cooperation. The discussion becomes a joint effort to solve a problem rather than a battle to prove a point. Such questions are also subtly persuasive, as they encourage the other person to articulate the conditions of their agreement, often revealing flexibility that wasn't apparent before. Reframing means changing the way a disagreement is perceived. Instead of viewing it as me versus you, it becomes us versus the problem. Simple phrases like, "It sounds like we both want the best outcome," help to remind everyone that the goal is not victory, but resolution. When you position yourself as an ally rather than an adversary, you transform the emotional landscape of the discussion. This shift encourages creative problem-solving and strengthens relationships instead of damaging them. Composure is perhaps the most powerful tool in any argument. Emotions are contagious, and if you remain calm, the other person will often mirror your tone. When tempers flare, a moment of silence or a deep breath can reset the conversation. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, agreement may still be out of reach. In such cases, ending gracefully preserves dignity and respect. Saying something like, "Let's agree to disagree, I still value your perspective," leaves the door open for future dialogue. Winning an argument without a fight is not about clever words or manipulation. It is about empathy, patience, and the ability to turn confrontation into collaboration. By asking thoughtful questions, acknowledging others' feelings, and focusing on shared goals, disagreements can become opportunities for understanding rather than sources of division. The person who keeps calm, listens deeply, and guides the conversation toward solutions will not only win more arguments, but will also win more respect. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone who could use these tips, and subscribe for more insights on communication and personal growth. I'd also love to hear from you, so drop a comment below. Tell me your thoughts or share your own experiences on winning arguments without fighting. Let's keep the conversation going.